24 Live. Look, it's not every day you get to be surrounded by 39 well-mannered, absolutely gorgeous young men who are talented to boot, and yet here I am surrounded by the Drakensberg Boys Choir. They've just touched down in Cape Town and they're here to tell us a little bit more about what they're going to be up to in the coming days. Charlotte, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Jacob and Grant, thank you so much for speaking to us too.
Pleasure, ma'am.
I have to say, I do love being called ma'am, but this is your life. You're called ma'am every day, multiple times a day.
Ma'am, and sometimes I'm called mumsy, but I prefer ma'am.
Charlotte, tell us what you do at the choir.
I am the conductor of the Drakensberg Boys Choir School, and I'm also, like many of the music staff members there, a theory teacher and an oral trained teacher and singing teacher. Yeah, and we all live there together and I take care of these boys.
You said off camera before the camera started rolling, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this on camera, that sometimes you feel like the mom of these boys.
Yes, I think so. I'm their mother away from mother.
I mean, how many boys are in the choir?
In the choir school we have 109 boys.
So this is just a small sampling.
This is just a small group of boys who came to Cape Town today. And yeah, the rest of the boys are at home and they are practicing for our Christmas program, for our big festival at the end of the year, Christmas at the Berg.
Now Charlotte, why are you in Cape Town? What's on the agenda?
Right, so all of the concerts that we are doing are part of our fundraising project for the Trust bursary program that we have at our school to enable boys who would not be able to afford the fees of the Drakensberg Boys Choir to actually come to the school. And we are giving 4 concerts in different places. People are welcome to go and check out on our website where they are and what times they are. Yeah, but one is tomorrow night at St. George's Cathedral, then we're going to Backsburg Wine Estate, Cape Point Vineyards, and I think the last one is Vondeling Wine Estate.
So lots of whining going on.
Yes, not
but for
them,
you, not
for me.
them.
It's all for me.
Do you need it some days?
Yes.
We'll leave that there. Jacob, I think that there isn't a South African who doesn't know about the Drakensberg Boys Choir. You're among the institutions in the country. There's the Springboks, Chappies, Bubblegum, and the Drakensberg Boys Choir. What does it feel like to be a part of such a well-known, respected institution?
Well, ma'am, at the end of the day, we're all still normal boys. But I guess in the end, when we come together and we just perform and give a message out to the audience, it's really something special to be a part of a family, away from your home, and you just come somewhere and just feel together, united as one. And I think it's just a message that we just give to the world as a choir school.
In fact, it's a bit of a metaphor for South Africa, really. If I look around at you guys, you're also different. You are different races, different heights, different abilities, and you make this one beautiful sound. Do you realize how extraordinary it is when you're doing it?
Well, ma'am, I think sometimes we sort of take it for granted because we do it quite often, but really, in these moments, we realize just how special we are as a school, just how much we do and how well we do it.
Grant, do you have a particular favorite song that you perform with the choir?
It would have to be Geronimo, ma'am, for sure.
Why is that?
I don't know, it's just so lively and it's more of a show choir piece as it's more fondly known by Ms. Boertas. And it just involves a lot of movement and a lot of interaction with each other and a lot of listening to one another on stage to make it such a wonderful product that it actually is.
Grant, are there some days where it's difficult to be away from home?
At the beginning it is very much so. Like my first year, I know I really wanted to leave and like couldn't handle it, but
the truth comes out.
But towards the like now it's normal. Really, it is like, and you get used to it. Just like normal boarding schools, I would assume, you really do become used to it. Some days you do miss home. Some days you wish like, oh, I wish I could be at home now, chilling, you know. But it's a lot of work, but it gets done, and we really enjoy most of our time there.
Now, quite unlike a normal boarding school, you're surrounded by music. That's extraordinary. Are you used to it, or do you feel like you're in the sound of music all day, every day?
Mom, I've been there for 5 years now, so I think I'm pretty used to it. But for some of the new boys that come, I think they're still getting used to it, but I'm definitely used to it now.
Charlotte, I want you to tell us about some of the practice schedules and how often these boys are working on their music.
They work extremely hard. I'm sure they want the whole world to know that they work very hard. So because we're a music school, we have 3 hours of music theory per day. And because these boys are not at school today, we were doing that at the airport. And then we also have 2 hours of choir practice every day, and we go on a lot of small tours where we visit schools and all kinds of charities. And recently we did a tour through Polokwane and Mpumalanga, and I think it was 23 shows in 8 days.
Wow.
So we really do push it. And then, of course, every Wednesday, we have our famous Drakensberg Boys Choir concerts on our campus. And people can also join in over the live stream. So every Wednesday at 4:30, we're there and we will wave at you.
I don't think many South Africans realize that. How can
Yeah.
we join in on the live stream?
So dbchoir.co.za is our website, and then it's got a little button that says live stream. So Wednesdays,
Every Wednesday.
3:30.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Jacob, let's talk a little bit about your day-to-day at the choir. Do you play sport? Do you have other hobbies other than singing?
Well, Mum, we do spend most of our day working in choir, in class. But in the afternoon, like all other boys, we go out, we play rugby, soccer, volleyball. The school offers quite a number of sports. I think boys take into mountain biking while there, cross country, and it's rather spectacular while running in the Berg and just seeing the mountains and all the views. I think also on the weekends when we have a bit of spare time, we go out to the rivers and we just play around like any other boys.
It sounds amazing. Grant, tell us a little bit about all the different people that you've encountered in your travels around the country. It's so extraordinary. Not many young people get to travel extensively and meet so many different South Africans. You've had the opportunity to travel to small towns, to sing for people. What's that like?
I've met a lot of different people, and I can just say, like, at Drakes, we mainly get hosted like
Drakies. I love that. Is that
Yep,
what you call
that's
yourself?
us. We are.
Drakies. Very nice.
we get hosted by many like different people, by the choirs that bring us into their towns, etc. And we get hosted by different families, and it's really enjoyable to see different cultures within our country and abroad, like touring extensively, like out of the country, except like Germany, etc. And to get to know different cultures and how they operate. It's very different in some places, but it's always good to learn how other people like are living, you know. And it's really enjoyable actually to be touring around the country to get to know different people as well.
Yesterday, we were giving a concert, and there was a little girl in the audience who was part of Reach for a Dream, and it was her dream to see the Drakensberg Boys Choir, and it was such an emotional concert for me, and I'm sure for the boys as well. So we have that kind of privilege, and we feel that we can change people's lives, the people that we meet.
That's an absolutely extraordinary story. How do you keep it together on days when it's really emotional? I mean, I broke out in goosebumps just hearing you sing Shosholoza, and I'm sure that's just the tip of the iceberg. How do you keep it together? Because of course you've got to keep the boys together too.
Yeah, I think we always remember in the back of our heads that all of the staff members at the school, that we are training professional musicians. They're not professional musicians yet by the time they leave us, but they can be professional musicians, and we give them the highest level of training that we can. And part of that is not losing your cool on stage, being able to keep your face on even if your makeup is flaking.
Now, before I let you go, one last time, please, where can we find more information about the Drakensberg Boys Choir? And if we want to interact with you via social media, if any of our viewers have questions, how can they do that?
Yeah, we have a great Facebook page, so you can go check out Drakensberg Boys Choir on Facebook, and we are also on Twitter. Yeah, and then of course our website is a good place to go and find out of everything that's coming up. Yeah.
We're so grateful that you all took the time to speak to us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you come visit us in the Berg at some stage.
I would love
Very
to.
welcome.
You know, when
you
I was
hike?
on honeymoon last year, we tried to come and see a Wednesday show, but it was during the off season.
Oh, honey. Oh,
My husband's just going to have to take me back.
he will.
Yeah.